Hello everybody, welcome back to Language Litigation Integration Part 161, Casual Conversation 79. You know how we do it in this series. We'll be discussing current events and talking points. We have a couple economics points, not as much as last time, still not enough for an independent video. Definitely would have had enough for an independent economics video last time, but who gives a fuck? So, we have current events and talking points, relevant and random stories. Actually, I don't think there's any stories really, but I had to write something on the board. And we'll start off today with a fun fact. Did you know, since this is part 79, that 79 minus 10 equals 69 to the 69th power to the 0th power? All right, we take our first exponent with our PEMDAS. We PEMDAS that shit. That becomes a 1. And so 69 to the first power is still 69. Nice. Plus 10 equals 79. Part 79 of Casual Conversations of the Language Litigation Integration series. So yeah, still getting tortured. That has absolutely not fucking changed at all. Did get an update. We're not doing did get an update on Thanksgiving this year. We're just not doing like my parents' family aren't having an organized Thanksgiving. My dad just going to visit his brother with my mom. So I did get an update on Thanksgiving this year, but I will not be having family Thanksgiving or Friendsgiving because I have no fucking friends and my family's not having Thanksgiving. So again, maybe I dodged another conversation with my uncle about Jesus. Jesus, he's gonna break for my soul. And then my cousin who's in science getting offended about science, and I'm the only scientist. So I don't know, maybe that's a good thing, who knows? But I really don't care. It's just amazing that it still happens. I am still getting scapegoated to every facet of the scapegoating process. So let's get into it. What day is it? It's November 21st. So winter time is upon us. It's definitely getting pretty frosty outside. Did my walk this morning, did my breakfast already. It's 11:20. It's time to do some work. So the FIFA, the World Cup kicks off in Qatar. Do I care? No. As somebody, the victim of the most profound violation of human rights ever, and we have some big controversy of Qatar not respecting human rights, obviously. FIFA wanting to make some money. Qatar and the Middle East having some money. And so we all have no values, but we all want to make money, so we have to tolerate each other's insecurities long enough to make money together and not offend each other. Do I care about the actual soccer? Football, excuse me? Like the dude from Interpol at HQ Flats that says, they kick it with their foot, so it's football. Yeah, I agreed, but it's just, I don't know, it's two different words. So football, excuse me. I'll get a spam call. Yep, I'm averaging, 5 to 15 spam calls a day. Today's been a pretty hot one. I've already gotten 5 so far. I did accidentally trip my fucking alarm again this morning, but I have noise-canceling headphones on, and then I just walk back inside. I go outside of my house this morning. I have an alarm system that I just turn on when I'm sleeping. And when I forgot to turn it off this morning, go outside with my noise-canceling headphones on there, just getting some sun. Then I come back inside and hear this thing buzzing. I'm like, oh, fuck, Debbie Robbins gonna be right around the corner. Oh, fuck me. So I got it off in time. Like I'm literally getting another spam call. I have to let it ring for a little bit or they just call you right back. But, so the alarm got tripped again, unbeknownst to me, with my noise-canceling headphones on. So I like to do stuff, listen to music and listen to stuff. And then the alarm went off, got it in time, but I thought Deputy Robbins would be swinging around the corner again. So luckily I avoided that. But for FIFA, or for the World Cup, I like soccer. I don't really I don't have a team or anything. Fuck America. I don't have a country. So, yeah, I don't really care. But I don't think I'll watch a game. Like I said, any sports match that's close, I'll watch. Literally basically of any sport. But I just like the final part of the games, the matches or whatever. So I probably won't watch much. But Qatar bans alcohol sales at the World Cup and outside the perimeter, except for FIFA staff and wealthy guests. LOL. Fucking LOL. I love it. Yeah, not you people. Not you fucking piss-ons. Not you peons. Not you. Just the wealthy and important people. People pumping out oil and the people kicking soccer balls and making money. Those important people. Yeehaw. Yeehaw. We have Twitter offices close as engineers and employees quit in response to Elon Musk's work or die mentality. LOL to the 69th power. It's got Elon Musk, thinks he's accomplished something, thinks he's a hard worker. In reality, he has done some work, and then he just projects his insecurity onto the next group of beta males. And unlike Nick Adams, who's at Hooters right now. He's at Hooters right now, writing the next book on Trump. Rewatching a Trump speech, actually. He has tweeted that. Instead of watching this TV show, Nick Adams is at home watching the rerun of a Trump speech. And at the Trump speech, the cameras pan out and everyone's like trying to slowly leave. But yeah, Elon Musk to me is just a fucking weirdo. He's not good as a business operator. Like, not as somebody trying jealous or anything. As another business operator that's getting my properties fraudulently devalued, and the world owes me like basically everything. I literally own education for a species that is infinity dollars. And so as a business operator, and just the work or die mentality, if I was running a big public scaled company right now today, I would say get your shit done. Past that, I don't give a fuck. I don't care. I do not care. I do not care. Might as well finish up with the economics points. Watch out, everybody. Tom Brady might unretire from the NFL. Shaun White might unretire from snowboarding. Uh-oh, guys. Bob Iger's coming out of retirement. You may be saying, who the fuck is Bob Iger? Turns out it was the former CEO of Disney for about 15 years, and Bob Chapek's out. It's fucking hilarious. This is going on right now, and it's like the return of a big athlete. And the difference between a business and a sports team is like you can have a star athlete. Business administration, sure, you can make a good investment or be an innovator, have a good insight, but running a large-scale public company is just adult babysitting. It's like you're making operative decisions every fucking day. You have a clear goal accepted by the market, get that fucking done, and now you have to manage people. So it's fucking hilarious seeing like Bob Iger coming back, like we're just bringing out like some ancient fucking great sports star to bring around the team franchise, and Bob Chapek's out. I'm like, who the fuck are those people? So, but Bob Iger's back. He's back. Shout out to Bob Iger. I do think I remember his interview on the Going Out interview. I think that was the dude that was interviewed by Dave Faber, or one of the Team CNBC, and said he hasn't made any big mistakes in his career. But now he's back. So Disney, we should be good. We're back with Bob Iger. So that's really the end of the economics points. On to the more of the political and current events. We have Carrie Lake says election was stolen. Says she has retards with evidence. Shut the fuck up, bitch. Again, do you have the right to verify any election results? Absolutely. Should it be done in a reasonable and a due process type of way? Absolutely. But here again, we have our saint Donald Trump of the Republican Party. Nick Adams is jerking off at Hooters right now. And don't my car start buzzing. My car hasn't started. The car alarm hasn't randomly gone off since the one day where we did it 3 times. So that's good. So again, shout out to Carl Brown and Gary Haskins at Jermaine Nissan Morris Road. Maybe one day I'll sit in that chair. But we have our saint, our hero worship Donald Trump, and he says the election was stolen, and now all of our little MAGA-mites, we're all out saying, oh, our election is stolen. It's literally a transmission of behavior. If there's any actual hint of fraud or any single thing that should be investigated, absolutely. When there's no fraud on the 2020 election, and people are still saying there's fraud, and it's just transmission of behavior, those people should be ineligible to run for any public office whatsoever, period, fucking end of fucking story. And so now, again, without any evidence, without any real things, it's just transmission of behavior. Now we have set a standard. We've set a precedent. Anytime somebody wins that we don't like, we'll just say, we don't think so. We found evidence. And in reality, you either have evidence or you don't. There's either fraud or there wasn't. People are putting in fraudulent ballots. They're double counting things. They're lying about the actual numbers or they're not. And so it's just transmission of behavior. And Carrie Lake, again, I'm sure is a dumb bitch. She's probably a cheerleader in high school, went and fucked 30 dudes at college, sucked off her boss to get a job, and then worked her way up the political ladder that way. Now she's got a butch-ass, dyke-ass fucking haircut. And she thinks she's a pretty lady because a bunch of 60-year-old dudes probably want to boink her brains out. And she's like, oh, look at me, they plump my tits, flip my clit, and say the election was stolen. Shut the fuck up, bitch. Chuck Schumer says we should assimilate illegal residents to combat decreasing reproduction numbers. No, as far as I'm concerned, humans need to behave or die the fuck off. So in general, do I care about decreasing or increase the population? No. Should in general our population be increasing? Yes. Why don't people have sexual intercourse or kids in general? Just stagnation of society. If you're happy and excited and have things to do tomorrow, you're probably gonna want to fuck. If people are excited, they fuck. That is true. If people feel safe, they fuck. If people are fat and pathetic, they just moan and groan and get to tomorrow and moan and groan again. That's why the numbers are going down, because people are fucking pathetic. It's the same thing every single fucking episode. But we have the US, the United Kingdom, France, and Canada projected to lose 3% of the working population from 2026 to 2036. Again, automation of jobs will limit the need for human labor. That will absolutely occur as a good thing. We'll absolutely have a surplus because, again, of just natural inefficiencies. It's very inefficient to do this. Everyone builds their own cars. We have car factories. We go buy a car. Now we automate those jobs, and now we just have more wealth. So jobs will go away, but quality of life and income and wealth will go up across the entire fucking population. So losing 3% of the working population I see as a completely irrelevant fact. The people having less sex and less kids as a result of a pathetic society and a stagnated society. Assimilating illegal residents to combat increasing reproduction numbers I see as irrelevant. We don't need a bunch of worthless jobs. Again, there should be I would be tough on the border, and I would be absolutely have a more easy way to become a United States citizen. Now, that's actionability of what I would do today. COVID-19 vaccines cannot be mandated for school attendance in Texas. Again, in the same way, another talking point we have is China's zero COVID policy is futile and irrelevant at this point. And at the beginning, shutting down things to stop the spread and retarding the spread in general, mitigating the severity of the spread, good thing. At this point in time, you're not going to stop transmission. In general, zero COVID policy in China is not going to do anything. It will still get transmitted. I would err to the economic side at this point. For Texas, again, mandated for school attendance. It cannot be mandated. Again, just Greg Abbott's a fucking retard. And the tweet he actually says was, Texas parents will always, in capital letters, and that's how you know you have to emphasize, or you don't know how to speak. You have to capitalize all your letters to show the emphasis, not just the logical points. But he says, will always have the freedom to choose what is best for their children's health. 2 million Americans will die this year because you cannot prescribe cannabis in this country. So you can choose to endanger other people's lives, and again for kids, and again the severity of the diseases, myocarditis and pericarditis are absolutely more relevant for being exposed to a disease as to a vaccine. That's the only kind of this thing, and kids don't wear masks and this shit, but it's like, okay. So cannot be mandated. Just it's a stupid step of defiance in the name of politics, or in the name of, again, choice of parents. And parents know better than the kids. It takes a community to raise a child, and everyone's fucking stupid. You're just want to transmit behavior. So I want to be mandating you have to have a vaccine, and I wouldn't mandate you shouldn't have a vaccine. They're available. They're widely available. Parents also have the ability to homeschool their kids, or send them to a different school, or send them to this. So there's a lot of different choices people can make from all different sections, and you're not going to stop overall transmission across the entire globe. Do vaccines stop or limit, not stop transmission, limit transmission? Abso-fucking-lutely. Don't lie about proven science. If you're too fucking stupid to understand it, or too stupid to read it, I'm proving it, fuck you. But I would not mandate either way on there, and I just think it's hilarious saying they will always have choice. Parents will always have choice for the freedom of their children's health, and then cannabis is completely illegal in the state. And it's the most bona fide, what do we do today to limit all-cause mortality tomorrow is prescribe cannabis today. That is what we do, and we don't. So Greg Abbott's absolutely just a Republican talking head, career politician, has no personal values whatsoever. I'm sure his wife's a fucking stupid bimbo, and he just blurts out his insecurities. There's just out of 330 million people, a lot of other people share those same insecurities. So fuck Greg Abbott, and you're a fucking idiot and a hypocrite. Make sure I'm still rolling. So what's in my headphones? I have another music section. Just what am I bumping? Still Fame on Fires. Welcome to the chaos that is getting played through every single day. Another line or song that I like by Kodak Black. So I'm not a huge fan of the rapper, but the song's definitely grown on me. Walk. I put 2-2-3s in the carbons, 5-5-6s in the switches. So that line is growing on me big time. And that was fucking funny. But I like the song. And the other song that's in my headphones that is new is Tech 9 Scream. I've always been a big Tech 9 Streams music, that whole label fan. He's a very good artist, good lyrics, good speed. One of the double time rappers, or just quick rappers, like Ritz off of there. like Chris Calico. They've been dropping a bunch, but there's a couple other dudes on there. I can't remember them, but the whole strange label. I like most of the rappers that I've seen come out of there. So that is what is my new in my headphones today. So we have Elizabeth Holmes sentenced to 11 and a half years in prison, or 11 and a quarter years. I just have 11 and something years. So I guess that's kind of economics, but more of a fraudulent point. Again, we have our next Steve Jobs. We're being coached to lower our voice to sound like this educated, well-resonant person, and if you do that in real life, it'll scare people. So, yeah. Speak calmly and directly. Know what you're talking about. Be respectful of other people, and it'll just scare it. A goof, it'll spook a goof. Goof a spook and spook a goof. And it'll just be like, eh, and I can't do anything. But, yeah, good. She should be sentenced severely. She committed fraud with healthcare data, and she's fucking stupid. And then they got pregnant a couple times. Oh, be leaning on me. I'm gonna be a mom. Fuck your stupid kid. Go to jail. Fucking dumb bitch. Chris Hemsworth takes and Balsawani. Is that dude sentenced yet? Or is Elizabeth still sucking his Balsawanis? We have Chris Hemsworth takes a break from acting after learning he has the Alzheimer's allele. So again, that's one of the diseases I do think there's always awareness and speciality going on, but actually deterioration of your myelin sheaths. That's pathology. Then actual mental illness. Again, mental illness in general doesn't exist, but disease does. But you need actual degradation of cells to have some sort of illness and not just be reflecting your awareness of society. So Chris Hemsworth, I think he was Thor. I believe so. I think that was Thor. Like I said, I like the Thor Ragnarok. I believe that's Chris Hemsworth. I don't know. It's one of the dudes. One of the dudes and that one dude from that one movie, that one actor, that one time. But again, I know the names, names to faces, and I watch a ton of fucking movies. I just don't seem to learn them. I don't know. And I'm saying, dude, you shake a hand, hey, my name's this, and 2 seconds later, you're like, the fuck was that guy's name again? I don't know. Uh-oh, big progress. President Biden will sign marijuana and cannabidiol research act into law. LOL to the 69 power. Legalize it. It is proven the most efficacious medicine that is in existence ever. Legalize it. Prescribe it. Legalizing it is not even close to fucking adequate. If you want to say we have any sort of healthcare in this fucking country, we don't. Or in the world, we don't. We have no values and people can't change their behavior. Whether it's Qatar and FIFA trying to come together and make money, or it's people trying to legalize cannabis, people just don't have values and society is stagnated and everyone's just fucking dumb animals. And so yeah, we need more research into cannabis, which is again the most empirically researched, most consumed substance in 60, 70 fucking years. I guess mine is like caffeine. But there's no efficacy studies to be done on marijuana. There's no efficiency studies or does effectiveness studies to work. It works. It doesn't. The LD50 is less than literally water. Prescribe it. But yeah, we're gonna research it again. We're gonna go give it to Andrew Huberman, who doesn't like to show his tattoos. He's got full sleeves and a chest piece and a back piece, and he's got his dog's paws on his back because he's a big faggot. And we're gonna go send it to that guy to do research, and he's gonna refer to some dude from Stanford, the entire Stanford organization, and the entire Ivy League organization, the entire global systems of universities are all collectively stealing from me, and world governments have told me that if they acknowledge anything I do or start torturing me, they will go to jail, as they can commit treason and start wars, and they say we can do basically whatever we want, recorded on camera. So yeah, we're going to send it to those people to go research. And what are they going to do? They're going to think they're scientists, they're going to project their insecurities, they're going to publish shitty fucking science papers. Just read another study. Cannabis smoke might be worse than tobacco smoke. It's just another insecure person trying to be a biologist, a microbiologist, a health advocate, a writer, a researcher, spewing out their insecurity and saying, I have to write a paper. What am I going to write a paper about? I have no ideas, no theorems, nothing to speak about. But I want to be relevant. I want to publish something. Cannabis, bad thing. That sounds like a good thing. I'm going to go research that. And I'm going to confirm my bias. And I'm going to write these shitty words that are completely fucking wrong. That is what is occurring. So good. We need more of that. That's what we need. Seriously, no problem here. 2 million dead Americans a year. Less monkeys I have to teach. Less dumb animals. Less Carl Browns. Less Gary Haskins. Less Bill Kosiskis. Less Sergeant Robbins. Less Deputy Severances. Oh, bummer. Shucks. Maybe I'll have a family or go on. Maybe I'll get my first girlfriend before I'm fucking 40. 40. 40. Maybe. But yeah, that's a good move, President Biden, you stupid fuck. Musk reinstates Trump's suspended Twitter account after a 15 million vote poll. The people have spoken. Trump will be reinstated. Vox populi, vox Dei. I'm not sure. Do we know the exact pronunciation of Latin? But yeah, Elon Musk is such a fucking weirdo. Voice populist, voice God is what that translates to literally. But no, that's not. That's precisely the opposite of what God would actually fucking do. God didn't say this is what the will of the people. All the people said this is what we think God would do. What would Jesus do? So the voice of the populace is not the voice of God. You stupid fuck. In general, that quote there, I don't know, stole it from somebody. Obviously, Musk can't speak another language or understand anything. Again, if you can blurt out some phrases, that means nothing. I can start deriving any sound at all. Language is a rounding errors to me. And so, but again, first we're free speech absolutists, and then we're going to go vote. We're just going to go like have a bunch of stupid people vote on it. That's not really free speech absolutist. Again, free speech is still nobody can. It's not a consistent legal term. It isn't. And so people just use that again, that undefined term, and they say we want to talk. We want to don't tell us how to behave. We don't take a COVID vaccine. We don't wear a mask. The election was stolen from Trump, and we just want to jerk off with our friends. And so Elon Musk is such a fucking stupid person. You know, after a 15 million vote poll in a country with 330 million people. And again, if you're the great Elon Musk, you should be able to make operative decisions yourself, and you can't because you're stupid as fuck. And then Trump says not, LOL, all the way around for me. Again, Trump is an extremely neutral person to me. It's all the illiterate populace, the populi, if you will. But again, Twitter is just a shithole. Yeah, I got blocked by Eric Weinstein and some other Twitter interactions. Again, I'm not trolling anybody. I'm not throttling you, Eric. You've stolen from me. And I can't put on social media what actually should happen to you. You guys have committed treason to the point of world crimes. You can fill in the blanks of what should happen to those people. And so if I use dry humor to correct your logic and tell you to go fuck yourself, somebody trolling, somebody gaslighting, somebody throttling, you are stealing from me. You are part of a racket and conspiracy. That is real fucking crime. And again, this worthless fuck is the person that made a video about my research, stolen my research, telling me my music makes people cry and it's just exploding. We understand why you're mad. We'll stop torturing me. If you understood, you would change your behavior. We can't change your behavior. You do not understand. And so he blocks me on Twitter. I don't fucking know. Like I said, I'm not trolling anybody on Twitter. I am kicked out of society. I've made it clearly known. It's my actual picture. I've told you what my handle is. And then good old Eric Weinstein blocks me. And again, it's for news things. I don't know what the fuck I said, that stupid fuck. Again, you don't really know who blocks you on Twitter, but it's just for news, man. And so like before, when I didn't have a Twitter account, I'd go like scroll Twitter after like you scroll a little bit of people, it says you need to sign up for a Twitter account. Now I get a Twitter account, and I want to tweet at these people, fuck themselves, and again, not in accordance with the community guidelines, as they're threatening my property and right to defend that with lethal force. But you're gonna block me again? Put your small dick between your legs. Go look in the mirror and pretend like you have a vagina, like we all did when we were 12 or 13. And you're a huge fucking pussy. Go get those zits off of your fucking face. Your kids are adults now, aren't they? So they're stealing intellectual property, and it's not punishing the sins. Come on, man, don't talk about our kids. They're gonna be adults someday. They have to make choices for themselves someday, right? And they choose to steal intellectual property without citation. Fuck them. And so Eric Weinstein blocks me on Twitter. Eric, again, already, he's going to jail and take every penny he has. But I'm not asking anybody. I am telling you, if I have taught you something, do not let Eric Weinstein or Brett Weinstein or Heather Hying or what the fuck is Eric's dumb bitch of a wife's name? Pia Milani or Zev Weinstein or Zach Weinstein or anybody in their fucking family into any of your restaurants. Don't serve them. Don't let them into museums. Don't let them into sports arenas. Do not let them into society. And that's a statement of equality. That is a statement of law enforcement. That is what is occurring to me today. So again, Eric Weinstein, I can't tell I fucking hate you enough, and I can't say what should actually happen to you and put it on the fucking internet. But I had another lovely, just a funny Twitter interaction. I tweeted at Greg Laurie, because I love tweeting at religious people. It says Jesus did not go to the cross of Calvary as a helpless victim, but as a victor in complete control of his circumstances. He willingly laid down his life for us. I just tweeted at him, nah, Judas be a snitch. And then Amanda Darling, This comes back and says, I don't believe the story, but I do feel for Judas. People forget that Peter and Judas, etc., basically had to play along for the sacrifice to have impact. So God the Father, which again, here we have a religious person making a clear differentiation between God the Father and Jesus the Son of God. Two different people. And again, I'm a historian, I'm a linguist. I can think these people's thoughts, even though they were dead 30,000 years ago, 2,000 years ago, I can think their thoughts better than they thought them. Actually, real life. IRL, Brett, this guy. So God the Father foresaw it all, and in his infinite wisdom and omnipotence, no closed systems, logic is infinite, infinite wisdom, man. Only a couple million theorems over here on record. Man, I wonder what that could mean in real life. I don't know. Omnipotence, still sacrificed his son and the others anyway. Nope, it's a story of a bunch of people, two different people, and God couldn't save his son because he was dead 30,000 years before Jesus was born. So, and then I literally tweeted to that, I just tweeted, Judas leaked the Addy and the Romans pulled up. Because that's what happened. There wasn't God, all this omnipotence and mysticism. It was just this smart dude from 30,000 years ago, Jesus being a translator of shit that hasn't been written down 30,000 years later. And then Judas leaked the Addy, bro. He'd be snitching, bro. He'd be leaking the fucking Addy to the feds. And the Romans pulled up. I like that. That interaction actually made me laugh. I had one other Twitter interaction. I just had Deepak Kaur tweets, I do particle physics because I want to do particle physics. If I wanted to do sheep grazing or graffiti painting, I would have spent time learning those skills rather than doing particle physics. I said, can't model force as a particle, Deepak. And then Michael Green, looks like a happy fellow, I don't know, probably about 60, white dude. He says, depends on scale, doesn't it? I said, nope, apples to oranges. You can't model force as a particle. That is the fundamental error of particle theory. Modeling everything as a particle. A force is not a particle. The infinite wisdom of God, the Holy Spirit, the force of knowledge is not a particle. So that's still the error of quantum field theory. It was the error 5 years ago when I posted the first lecture. It's still the wrong part today. So those are my Twitter interactions, and again, the Weinsteins. We're doing another Thanksgiving picture with all your fucking hands, again, you're not me, nigga. Excuse my language, not really, fuck you. But when I wrote my college essay, Mr. Hands, yeah, that was a sex joke about a horse railing a dude. Then I wrote a good college essay. But they're all there, the Weinsteins, the Hands. We have 3 PhDs, a computer science master's degree, and a science administrator at Columbus State Community College. Elegant, and informed and enlightened animals of the human species. So fuck the Weinsteins. Moving on, let me make sure I'm still rolling. So I don't know, I wanted to make this a new section, I think because I like the line, we'll call it section 223 and 556s. So we got the 556s and the switches, and the 223s and the carbons. But obviously here in America, we've had 17,000 school shootings since 10 minutes ago. So we had 5 people killed and 18 injured in a mass shooting at an LGBTQ nightclub on Saturday in Colorado Springs, Colorado. It's Club Q. The suspect is in custody. Have the patrons subdued him? And it turns out they did. And I write these down as they come out, and if the stories update, that's why there's some things that have been already resolved that I'm saying. But yeah, a couple of the dudes mowing dudes down, and a couple of the patrons jumped in and grabbed the strap and pistol with the bitch. Should have fucking put him down. Should have fucking pistol him. Should have shot him in the fucking stomach. Let him see the life start to leak out of his eyes. He just mowed down 23 fucking people. You're gonna join him, motherfucker. So very good on them on disarming them. And again, in the scenario, you're always don't want to be the tough guy, don't want to be the hero. If you can run. If you can't, hide. If you can't, fight. And so good on them. I'm assuming it was, in a scenario where they had to fight, you should fight. Again, don't bring a knife to a gunfight, and if a guy brings a gun to a no fight, just start fucking running. But good on them, except they should have absolutely killed him. And again, as a statement of legality, if that's not acceptable by law, it absolutely should be. Go write a fucking word to model human behavior correctly. Go do your thing, dumb animals. But yeah, so that was good. Another good shooting. Not much to say about that. If I had to guess the motive on this one, Colorado Springs is an Air Force base. If I had to guess I think they know the name. I didn't look into it, so if they do know the guy's background or motive, I'm saying this off the top of my head. My guess is a cranked off army dude, or somebody in the military, or somebody in Republican-leaning right dude from Colorado Springs. So that's like a heavy Air Force base, Air Force presence there. And we gotta fuck the fags, gotta fuck the fags up, and just started shooting. So that's my guess on motive. I guess we'll see if it's not already known. But I'm starting a virtual book club for historical literature read-throughs and analysis. And so admittedly, like I'm not going to reread books, but I say book club because a book club, you typically read a book and go around and discuss it. I'm going to read a book out loud and discuss it as is. Not going to redo any books I've already read, and I've read a good chunk of most historical literature, if not all of the big ones. I don't say all of them, but all the ones that matter to me. Like Immanuel Kant, is this book, I forget what the actual book is, but, a philosopher. A philosopher writing is just someone trying to figure out their own conjectures. And so when it's like, this historical piece was the Immanuel Kant, like this is really hard to read, really hard to parse, you have to sit with it for a while. If they don't know what the fuck they're saying, they can't write anything. So if their writing's confusing, it's they don't know what they're talking about. So again, historical things I consider important historically, anything in the domain of philosophy that is not concise is not important to me as is. It just isn't. So probably won't read anything like that. I was also looking into I forget, Sam Adams, John Adams, but whoever wrote The Wealth of Nations, I think it's more of like an economics thing, because I can get some sort of talking point out of economics. That was a rather long one. It was like 700 pages, and I'm going to read this. Like I said, I've already graded Tolstoy word for word, but I didn't read it out loud. So I'm going to read my book club. I'm going to be basically creating audiobooks, and then doing analysis. So I figured, as a historian and a linguist, what better book to start with than this guy? Ye old Holy Bible, I think the King James Version. But again, what is this thing? This is an historical account. One of the first history books was Herodotus. I've already read that, so I'm not going to read that again. But again, more of accounts of profound individuals, right? We have God, the Pentateuch, the Old Testament, the first 5 books, and then we have the New Testament, or a bunch of other things within the New Testament. And so this one literally says it has the words of Jesus in red. So again, when people translate or transmit, right, I think I said it wrong way back when in one of these things, but added in or lost in translation is kind of the thing, like the common phrase, but it's really added in translation. If you can't translate correctly, you literally add more words. Like when I see Vox Populi, Vox Dei from Elon Musk, and then you ask anybody to translate that, it means voice populus, voice God. Voice of the populace means voice of God. And so context defines variable. The more the context is defined, the less words you have to use. And so the correct thing is you add words in translation if you don't know what you're doing. But when you have words in red saying these are the actual words of God, it's because they're remembered, because they're theorems. And again, as a linguist, as a historian, not as anything to do with religion. And so I figured this has got a lot of volumes, got a lot of sales on the printing press. A lot of people have checked this one out over time, so I'll start with this one. And again, I've already done most big historical pieces, but I'm going to read these out loud. I'm going to keep my personality. It's not going to be super. It's not going to be it's not going to be your grandmother's book club for Bible study. It's not going to be like that. But it's actually it's a digestible, right? There's a lot of different books. You get the Book of James and the Genesis, and so I think it will be manageable and good because it's actually about historical linguists. Like that's actually what this shit is to me. It's what it is to everybody, but stupid people that can't do conjectures themselves. But I actually think it'll be good content to start with for read-throughs because first of all, it's not that long. Again, like The Wealth of Nations was 700 pages written by one dude. This is 400 pages written by a lot of different people. So there's a lot of different sections where you can make, I just think it'll be good digestible for the content I'm trying to create. And I'll just be adding in whatever I can fill in. And again, the same way you have Jesus' words in red, I can fill in the logic of anybody. So we'll be checking that out. Again, just trying to keep my things, my content new and fresh. Again, I've been doing this for a while. Obviously, we have no progress. lots of takes off. But I thought that would be something new and something that, as a personal interest, as a scholar, was an interesting project to me. So that will be coming out as a way to continue to do content when I can only do these every 3 days or whatever. And again, this isn't doing reporting on the news, current events, and talking points isn't super interesting intellectually to me. Again, there's no intellectually interesting things to me. I want to socialize. I want to go interact with people. I want to run a business. I want to go on a walk with a girlfriend. Scholarship at my level is just redundancy. Every bit of it. And then again, unless I want to go learn how to draw. Visual arts is literally like the last thing that I could do that I haven't done to species mastery. The United States government is divided. What next? A lot of nothing. The Republicans are like, oh yeah, no more printing money. Oh yeah, and the Senate's like, oh yeah, at least they can't enact a nationwide abortion ban, which that would be fucking retarded. But I'm just over here like, can I sell cannabis? No. Can I sell CBD enriched alcohol, which is healthier alcohol? No. They've already got it tested by the TTB. It passes all their tests. The FDA won't say we can do so. And they're all stealing from me. Not a scientist in the FDA isn't stealing from me. Not a scientist in the FDA is a scientist compared to me. None. They're just administrators. Go do your job. Go listen to your boss. Go scratch your ass up. It's lunchtime. Uh-oh, now I have an opinion. I don't do this. So shut the fuck up and get out of the way. Oh, we can't. So that's what you divided United States government means to me. It's even less chance than when there was the Democratic people saying we're going to legalize cannabis together, and we had both the House and the Senate and the presidency and didn't. So it's just like, they don't do what they say they're going to do anyway. Chuck Schumer's a complete fucking hypocrite. They're all trashy fucking people. All of their kids and grandkids go to school stealing from me. All the teachers that teach them are stealing from me at their districts or their curriculums. And everybody's just spreading my analogies for real. So what does it mean to me? It means that America is still a third world country, and it's always been a third world country, and the quality of life here is zero, and it's going to remain zero because you can't start a business or a family in this country. You're not allowed to. In a practical sense, you are not allowed to do anything. And me personally, with an armed presence to tell me to stop doing anything if I try. So that's good. Just a couple more talking points. We have 6 feet of snow falls in parts of Buffalo, New York. What do I think about snow? As our wonderful colleague Seema, who hit me with the snowball going on literally 2 years ago today, about noise and vibration and sound and stuff. I think she said noise and vibration. Or noise and rhythm or something. But she said she worked at a car shop at the Honda store and throws a snowball at me, clearly aware of my research. And then she says to me, oh, I just wanted to go play in the snow today. After literally saying into my microphone in the morning, oh, I'm just going to go play in the snow today. So they literally project my words. And this happens before you knew who the fuck I was, when I had, 10 friends. They literally get to the point where they forgive them. They know not what they do. Don't forgive them. Behave. They start projecting onto me. And then when they're dealing with me personally, they consolidate their logic to literally say word for word what I just said to them back to me. And they just stop doing that. Seema says, I just wanted to play in the snow today. After I literally said, I just want to play in the snow today. And I'm just like, bitch, you got my fucking money? You got a time frame? Get the fuck out of my fucking face. I'm never going to identify as a scientist to you guys in person, never. You can't access my research capacity in general, and Eric Weinstein's going to block me. After his last tweet was probably like, I need all the geometers, all of the UFO people, all of these people, and he denied science instinctually until he was like 45, 50. So yeah, those people, you people, man, science came and went with how you guys ended up being a part of it. And you slowed down science and human progress in general. You tortured me and disrespected me to the point where I don't give a fuck if you breathe again. For real. And so, that was just reflecting on the Seema story. But I do like the snow. I don't like a ton of snow. 6 feet, that would, again, obviously, practically, shoveling out of that shit would be a headache. I went to Lowe's the other day and looked for a snow shovel. There was not good snow shovels. It's like, what the fuck? Just like a big metal cylinder one. My parents had one that was really effective, really good. We go to Lowe's the other day and it's just like, they didn't have any good high quality snow shovels. So I might have to go up to Ace Hardware or some shit. Maybe Home Depot. Never know. But I like snow. I like it briefly. I've been a snow skier my whole life. I haven't been skiing in a couple of years. My lower back is still absolute shit. It's also it's like my lower back and my hip girdle. And then it's like my obliques. Like my obliques and my lats coming through here. My lower back, then up through my obliques and not upper back, but upper part of my lats. And so when I've had that injury recurring since lifting weights. So I've been walking twice in the past 2 days, but again, I don't know, took get another month off of any exercise whatsoever, walking, but I just can't confidently exercise because I can't access my peptides or my stem cells. I do not have access to healthcare. The only thing I want in my life is my health, and I can't because of crime. And all I need is my money. But again, I'm the most productive person ever. I will help every human being that will walk for eternity, as long as infinite people from other species. And my personal, in real life experiences, I don't even have enough money for healthcare. And I do have enough money for healthcare. I don't have a time frame. So I just sit here. And it's torture and it's disgusting. But again, I would snow ski still. I'd build a snowman. Like I said, I'll play in the snow. I like playing in the snow. Go out, hang out with some chirpy birds, play in the snow, make a snowman, do a snow angel, throw some snowballs. So I'll probably play in the snow this year if we get some. But 6 feet would be rather aggressive. I wouldn't like that much snow. And then once it starts getting like the gray, mushy shit, and I don't do ice. I do not fuck with ice, obviously, for driving and walking. But once there's ice on the ground, I don't walk either because I don't have a life alert. So if I fall and get injured, I can't call anybody. Except for Deputy Robbins, he'll probably shoot me. So that's what I think about snow. And then last talking point, we have more on Andrew Tate, Andrew Huberman, continue to be weird fucks. Again, I didn't know Andrew Huberman had full sleeves, but he says on, I don't know what the other podcast, I'm super familiar with him, it's an English chap. But Andrew Huberman says, the lecture or the podcast is about the listener or the content and not his appearance. Bro, it is fucking 2022. When I see a full sleeve, I think nothing of it. When I see 2 full sleeves, I think nothing of it. And so again, admittedly, probably in the 60s, 70s, again, I don't know, he says 49. So not quite my dad's age, but like my dad's age was certainly, like my dad was certainly kind of like, anti tattoos, but in general, it'd be much more like, the 60s, 70s type of deal as being way more like tattoos as being like a statement of, speciality. I'm different than you, I'm outside of the group type of deal, where now it's like full sleeves, it's like no one thinks twice. And so, I don't think having tattoos detracts from your professionalism to any capacity whatsoever, especially not today's day and age. Andrew Tate continues to impress as a fucking stupid fuck. Again, I want to ban him, he's just arrogant, he's just selfish, he's full of himself. He thinks 300 million, I watched a clip of the other day, it's like, cooking food is like one of the biggest wastes of time. It's like sitting around smoking a cigar in your tight fucking pants and your fucking fag boy a tattoo. Full colors, you have like one tattoo and it's like, is that for LGBT, Andrew? Your tough dragon at top G alpha male? Is that a rainbow flag going up your arm? Is that what your tattoo is? Looks like that's what it is to me, so I don't know. You got your tight pants on, go to the club, pick up a bitch, and fuck, yeah, what a male, man. What an alpha man. Why don't you go provide for the entire species? Alright, that's what I'm fucking doing, buddy. So top G Andrew Tate, you're an irrelevant fuck. But he's like, I own the minds of the young males, which is the most unhinged demographic for the, or uncontrollable demographic for the Matrix, which is probably going to try to kill me soon. Dude, you're just a social media influencer with pennies in your bank account. $300 million. Well, go work harder, you lazy fuck. I have police officers jailing the weapons in my fucking home and I try to work harder. It's just like, fuck. So enjoy Romania, enjoy your Bugatti and your 37th car, your Porsche 911. Whatever you want, fruit cup. You will never contribute anything to the world. And he's like, nobody will remember you. Nobody's going to remember Andrew Tate in 7 years. Guaranteed, again, the life cycle of the come up. Very quick with the social media. You stay relevant for 3 to 5 years, and then you fade into irrelevancy even quicker. Or not quicker, slower. But yeah, Andrew Tate will not be remembered for anything besides getting kind of popular and the most pathetic, stagnated species ever. That's just pathetic trash. And then you're full of yourself. Your hero arc has not completed, because you're not a hero and you're just arrogant. So fuck Andrew Tate, you're an absolute fucking bitch. You're broke, you're a piece of shit. Don't really consider you misogynist too much, I just think you're fucking stupid, and you're broke, and you're poor, and you're lazy. And your life's handed to you on a silver fucking platter. So, fuck Andrew Tate, I don't care that you grew up in the streets or this or that, I don't care. I don't give a fuck. I'm the one that works hard. I'm the top G, Andy. Sorry, buddy. So that is it for today, no real stories. So, again, we gotta close with our fun facts. 79 minus 10 to the 69th power to the 69th power to the 0th power is 69. Nice. And 69 plus 10 is 79. So thank you for watching. Language and Litigation and Integration Part 161. Casual Conversation 79. See you on the next one.